I was about to be like Lil D, bro. She want the ox. She gon' get the ox. You already know where I'm at.
I'm Johnny on the spot. I'll hook you up.
So then I watch Blood whip it out, and he just going to pound town on him. He's all like, yeah, yeah. And he did all that just for $5.
$5?
Bro. It's crazy, man. Hey, yo, Indy, by the way. Indy. Hey, yo, Indy. So how many of you have went on dates before? And I don't mean those dates where you stay 30 paces behind a 5'2" Latina and follow her to her car on June 9th at 7:38 p.m. at night and end up having to jump off a 2-story parking garage because she started screaming and she caught you. And all because you were confused and you thought you two were going on a date, but in reality, she never met you a day in her life. Yeah, but I wouldn't do something like that because that's weird, man. And not any date, probably one of the worst kinds, blind dates. Now, blind dates are like 50-50. Either someone will set you up with an ugly triple chin ogre decrepit fat ass bitch, or you'll get hooked up with a cute 7 out of 10 with a pretty quirky personality. Now, the second option is a slippery slope, but it's way better than the first option where you get hooked up with the Lizzo expansion pack. Don't at me. So I'm gonna tell you guys a story of how I was set up, not with Lizzo, but the cute 7 out of 10 with a quirky personality. And when it came down to it, bro, I was a survivor, bro. So this all started back in late 2022. Now I was working out of my home gym, you know, getting all big and strong, so whenever Shawty made it to my bed, I could. You know what? We're just gonna cut that from the script. Yeah. Sorry. Alrighty. So then I received this DM from one of my friends. We'll call her Jin. And she sent me this message saying, on a scale of 1 to 10, how interested are you in going on a blind date with my friend? Now I was sitting here confused because I usually get my own pussy, but whenever it's offered to me, I kind of get a little bit skeptical. And at this point, I'm probably thinking, this a fed, bro. This is a setup. She's trying to take me out, cause especially trying to set me up on a blind date, no bueno. So then I'm asking, yo, who's the friend? She responds with she doesn't go to our school. So I kind of keep playing along. I entertain the idea and I'm like, yo, I'm gonna just ask for some more details. She signs me the page and I'm all like, ooh, she's trying to set me up with this 5'1" Asian thing, my boy. So I'm scrolling through her page all like, I'm ready to go, bro. Now I saw this as a dub because don't get me wrong, I love my Asians, but Asians just don't seem to love me. But then I start questions, I'm like, shit, why me? Because this is just so out of the blue. And then she starts telling me that her friend has never been on a date before, and she actually wants to go on a date before the end of high school. But the catch with all of this is that she was running a contest for it. Because it's funny, because the girl I went on a date with, we'll call her Azula, she sent Jen a message saying, you got any blind date contestants? Now, y'all know that Adam22 and Lena the Plug contest show? What is it called? For the love of Lena. Jen was trying to hook Azula up with straight niggas, bro. I'm telling you, it was not gonna fit. But apparently, I was chosen, bro. I was about to be like Lil D, bro. She want the ox. She gon' get the ox. But first, I was like, pause. I'm a contestant? Jin proceeded to tell me, well, it's because you don't have an atrocious fashion sense and I'm 90% sure you're single. 90%? I'm 90% sure that you're dick right. And then she just hits me back. Jin goes like, yes or no. What the f is you talking about? You offer me free pussy and someone requires my services? You already know where I'm at.
I'm Johnny on the spot. I'll hook you up.
So I start to get to work and Jin was telling me, she was like, yeah, she's kind of shy. And I was like, don't worry. I'll take it slow.
I'll take it real slow.
So I slide up in this girl's DMs. I'm like, what's good? She sends back a hey with an exclamation mark. Now, wait a minute, pause. This girl dipped. Who used punctuation in 2022? So, you know, we get to talking a little bit over text. And, you know, if I'm gonna make the ultimate sacrifice, I'm not about to go into a blind date blind. I at least gotta know what I'm getting into. So she started talking about her hobbies and she be into. Now, she said that she was into stuff like knitting and K-pop, but she didn't really watch movies or TV. She always be doing homework and she played tennis? Who plays tennis? Bro, she was a literal NPC, bro. If your entire life is based around doing homework and not watching movies and TV show, hey, I'm sorry to cut it to you, but your life is meaningless. But I try to advance this shit. So, you know, for a few nights, we start talking on the phone and whatnot. But we'd be talking for like 8 hours straight. Like I'm saying, up until 4 in the AM, bro, it'd be crazy. She almost missed one of her tennis tournaments just to stay up and talk to me, because, you know, Bindi, by the way, Bindi. And a plus side was that she was athletic, so you already know. So one night we be talking and then she decided to ask me, what's your ideal date? Now, I don't really know since, you know, majority of my dates usually consist of you don't know what you did to me. But where I live is deadass like Gotham City, so there is no place in the city that you can go that's entertaining where you won't get shot, beaten, stabbed, or mugged. But I'm that nigga, so you already know. Wherever the crime is, you already know where I'm at. So I just keep it basic. I'm like, hey, oh yeah, this is Plaza area, you know, in my city. You know, let's just meet there. So about a week later, we go to this date, and well, you know, all good things eventually come to an end. For context, she had like these semi-strict parents, but that were also kind of partially racist. So her parents didn't know that her first date was gonna be a nigga. Now, don't worry, mom and dad, because I'll take very good care of your daughter.
Who got that coochie? Who got that coochie?
But what was crazy is that she had this date set up for 11 in the morning. One, because she said her parents wouldn't want her out that late, and also because she had like a tennis tournament later that day, so her schedule was kind of packed. So here we are, Saturday, November 26th, 2022. I had to wake up at 10 in the morning just to pursue some pussy. Now, don't get me wrong, I like bitches as much as the next guy, but they ain't worth losing sleep over. Oh, for reference, this is what I wore that day. So we were supposed to meet up in a bookstore called Barnes and Noble. You know, I'm just walking around waiting, reading. Bro, I don't fucking read. Books. But then I get a text from her saying, I'm here, I'm at the Starbucks. So then I take my ass over to the Starbucks inside of the bookstore. And so then I spot her, and then immediately something ain't right. Now, this is my first time seeing her in person outside of social media. Now, you usually know the rule about social media. If they're like an 8 out of 10 on social media, they're probably a 6 or a 7 in person. Now, while she didn't look too different from her post, that shit was quite noticeable, bro. Like, bro, it's like she didn't even try to look presentable that day on her first date, bro. Just fucking rolled out of bed, threw some shit on her face, was like, I'm ready now. Now, I know that might be fucked up to say, but bro, let's keep it a buck. So I'm taking a seat and I'm just thinking to myself, okay, she might have dropped down to a 5.5 out of 10, but that's all right, because we could work with this. Maybe her personality can compensate for whatever the fuck this shit is that I'm looking at. So we start talking, and for whatever reason, this bitch treats this shit like an interview. She starts asking me about my college major. She's all like, so what made you want to pursue mechanical engineering? Nigga, what? But this is your first date, and the first question you have to ask me when I see you is about school? Now I know you ain't shit. Like, that's all you got? Like, I know I'm too much of a real-ass nigga to handle, but you could at least kind of try. And bro, she was quiet and awkward the entire time, like, oh yeah, so how are you doing? At this point, I already knew it was over, but I had like about 3 more hours up with her. So I was like, let's see if I can cook you. So we start walking around and I'm trying to make a little bit of conversation. Now, I gotta give her some credit. She was trying a little. Like, she wasn't on her phone the entire date at all whatsoever. The only problem was she was stupid. So I just kept trying to think of shit to make her lighten up, you know? I gotta entertain this non-playable character I'm working with somehow. And hell, if I manage to pull off this impossible challenge, so I suggest, hey, why don't we look for some food? I'm sure you're hungry. So we go to this French restaurant, and this girl got me staring at fucking croissants for 20 fucking minutes. And I can't no more. I'm tired of walking around and looking at this shit. I'm like, hey, yo, why don't we go to Zoe's Kitchen right down the street? Now, I ain't never been to Zoe's Kitchen. That shit's ass. So we get there and I let her order first. But for some reason, this bitch acting all confused, like, my nigga, there are 5 items on the menu. Choose something. She settles on like this salad, like I'm guessing it's somebody with her, like, so she settles on the salad. I get like some of these like steak beef wraps or whatever they're called. And then bro at the register says something like, your total is $18.53. So then I reach into my pockets because I know the 4th law of oh wait, get the money. So then I reach into my pockets because I somehow happen to know the 4th law of motion, nigga. I'm like, here you go. And then she stops me.
Hey, when you gonna pay me my cut of the money?
Shut the fuck up. You'll get paid when we're YouTube famous. And then I'm like, what's your problem? And she's like, let's split it. I'm like, wait, split the bill. What are you on about? I'm like, bro, it's $20. It's no big deal, bro. I got full range of motion, like I said. And then she's like, please, for my sake, I'll feel bad. I don't know a single bitch who would turn down getting her meal paid for, bro. But okay. Pay for your meal, $10. So then we sit there eating, and then at this point, I'm like, bro, I gotta get the fuck up out of here. So I'm like, hey, yo, I gotta go to the bathroom right quick. So I go to the bathroom, and I camp in there for like about 10 minutes, and I'm kind of sitting there in a curling ball, like, maybe if I stay here, she'll get bored, and she'll walk away. Like, you know, this date isn't even that interesting. Like, surely she'll make the right move. And then I leave the bathroom, and she's still sitting there looking out the window, waiting for me. And I'm like, damn it. I gotta get rid of her. I walk back out here and then I'm like, fuck, bro. I gotta thug it out at this point. I got to see it through, my brother. So we're in like the last 30 minutes of this date, right? And anytime I go anywhere, I kind of like going to like the highest vantage point of the area just to get the view of the entire spot. Now, for this instance, now you might say this is a red flag on my part, but I decided, hey, let's go into a parking garage. Now, innocently, I really just wanted to go to the top to get a view of the entire thing. But at this point, I was definitely giving off serial killer vibes. Like, I mean, really, I would have been doing everyone a favor. So, wait.
God damn.
So as we're walking there, at this point, I was out of it. So we're walking into the parking garage and it's like pitch black because there was like a power outage that day. And then she proceeds to tell me of a girl who got kidnapped and beaten and essayed in this parking garage. And I was just like, oh yeah, man, that's crazy. Like, bro, I don't give a f. But then she was like, but yeah, you know, you could probably defend me with your martial arts and stuff like that. And I was like, oh yeah, probably. I mean, I don't know. But it was dark as hell and we kept walking and I was like, hey, yo, let's go take the elevator. And so then she's like, yeah, my ride's here. And I'm like, really? Let's go. So then I walk her all the way down to the parking garage. And so then her ride pulls up and I look in the car. It's like some gay in there. So I'm like, oh my God, yes, she was so great. Please take her home. And I threw her in the car and I just walked away. And then I was like, yeah, I'll see you around. And then she left. But we didn't talk for the rest of the day. But the next day, I decided to text her and say, yeah, how'd your tennis tournament go yesterday? And this is what she told me. So I've been thinking, I don't really see us having a romantic relationship. Please don't take it personally, but this experience has made me realize that I'm not as ready for commitment as I thought it was. It was fun while it lasted, and I hope you enjoyed. Slay Queen for real. Nigga, what? Again, I don't give a fuck about how you feel. That is not the question that I asked you. Again, you think I give a fuck about how you feel or what you want? I asked you how your tennis tournament was, not if you wanted to pursue a real relationship. I don't give a fuck. You better be grateful I even gave you time of day after that tomfoolery you pulled off the day before. Wasting my time, nigga. Damn. But hilariously, I walk into class Monday. And then I end up seeing Jin and Rico. And they are just looking at me. And then they just start laughing. And I'm like, you know what? Azula probably told Jim some goofy shit. At which case, Jin proceeded to tell Rico. And now they're laughing at me. So I go up and I'm like, what's so funny? And then this girl, Azula, apparently texted Jin. And then she had the audacity to say that I was acting weird throughout the date. You know what? Show me a band, little nigga. So I'm sitting here pleading with everyone. I'm like, accusations. False accusations. But anyway, I made it out and I really consider myself a survivor. I was a victim because you know what? I think that they were conspiring against me. That was a setup. No way Jin sat here and thought that that shit was gonna work, bruh. They knew my weakness was bitches and they exploited it. And they set me up with bitches that was weird. Not cool, man. Not cool.